Charles Henry Webb. January 24, 1834 – May 24, 1905, was an American poet, author and journalist. He was particularly known for his parodies and humorous writings. Biography. Webb was born at Rouse's Point, New York in 1834. Webb worked as both a whaler and a war correspondent. He spent 3 years at sea, and was then taken on by the New York Times, where he covered the front lines of the Civil War. In April 1862, he moved to San Francisco, California, and became literary editor of the San Francisco Bulletin before becoming the highest paid contributor to the Golden Era under pen names like Inigo and John Paul. In his regular column for the Era in December 1863, he announced that he and Bret Hart laid our heads together over a mint julep, and determined to start a paper of their own. The first issue of this project, The Californian, was released in May 1864. Webb's irreverent tone and burlesques of California life and Californians, however, were not successful, and in 1866 he left The Californian and returned to the East Coast. When his friend Mark Twain had difficulty finding a publisher for his first collection of sketches, Webb offered to take on the project himself. Webb served as both editor and publisher for the celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County and other sketches when it was released under the American News Company imprint in 1867. Twain reported to a newspaper, quote, "Webb has gotten it up in excellent style, and has done everything to suit his own taste, which is excellent. I have made no suggestions." Quote, in 1867, Webb wrote Street, Twelmo, or the Cuneiform Cyclopedist of Chattanooga, a parody of the novel Street, Elmo by Augusta Evans Wilson, which had sold over 1 million copies within 4 months of its publication the year before. In the 1890s, Webb spent his summers in Nantucket at 77 Main Street, known as the Francis Macy House. Webb died in New York on May 24, 1905. Publications. Our Friend from Victoria, drama, 1865. Aranapoke, drama, 1865. Liffit Lank, or Lunacy, 1867. A parody of Charles Reade's Griffith Gaunt. St. Twelmo, or the Cuneiform Cyclopedist of Chattanooga, 1868. A parody of Augusta Evans Wilson's Street, Elmo. John Paul's book, moral and instructive, consisting of travels, tales, poetry, and like fabrications, 1874. The Wickedest Woman in New York, 1875. Parodies, prose, and verse, 1876. Seaweed and What We Seed. My Vacation at Long Branch and Saratoga, 1876. Vagram Verse, 1889. With Lead and Line Along Varying Shores. A Book of Poems, 1901. Charles Henry Webb at the Vault at Fafs, Lehigh University. Guide to the Papers of Charles Henry Webb at Virginia Heritage. Charles Henry Webb's writings for Harper's Magazine. Popular song, Croquet, by J. R. Thomas.